where we are yesterday. We understood what are the different types of flows and their use cases. Can anyone recall what is automated flow for your revision as per your understanding? You should recall, guys, because these are the gunshot questions in your interview. No doubt
Au-
that you will. Yes. So,
Automated flow, it's run when a specific condition is met.
not specific conditions met. Some changes happens. Some changes
Something
happens in your database, either
database.
from the user or from the administrator point of view. If some changes happen in our database, it may be list, it may be table, or it may be any entity. I'll give you more insights about this difference between list, table, and entity in future. But assume that no, it is a database, and we made some changes irrespective of the situation. Then the flow will trigger. It means your flow will run. Whatever the flow we have created, no, it will run. So these situations we call them as an automated flow. And what is the scheduled flow?
There we can schedule in specific time. Suppose somebody is having his birthday, so we can just schedule it on his birthday date and time can be scheduled, and automatically it will be flow from the user end.
Exactly. Without changes or without anything, the flow runs on a mentioned time or set time and date. That one we call it as a scheduled flow. And what is an instant flow?
Instant flow is something if some updation happens. So suppose if I take example of bank and all, if some transaction happens or any debit credit anything happens from our bank account, so instant we will get a message, SMS or anything we will get. So that is
No,
the
no, no,
instant
no, no,
flow.
no. I
So
should correct
We
you.
need to
It is
manually run the flow.
exactly. On a button click or something, if you want to set or something, we want to like
okay, yeah,
set a
sorry.
password. Yeah,
Suppose forgot password or something, if we do, if we are not unable to log in, so if we do some instant changes, suppose forget password, so there we can get the instant flow. Yes, sorry,
yes.
I forgot that.
On changing on password, we will get a flow on our request on our with our knowledge only. The flow will run. So that is called an instant flow. That's an example of an instant flow. Yes. So today let's go and dive into our complete environment. This is our home page. Now, how to reach the home page? Anyone? Anyone? How to reach this page?
Make dot power up
Make
dot.
dot power
Exactly.
apps.
Exactly. Or else you can reach it from your app launcher as well. So these are the two ways currently we have to reach our Power Apps. And I think some of you have got the access. If you haven't got the access for this environment, please connect our admins. Please just ping. They will make activate your uh, tenant with your mail ID. So this will you will get it directly a company mail ID from us, and it is having a lot of features, E5 capability, so you can start and play around. Okay, today also you don't need to do anything of what I do. Just follow and note down the questions. So let's move. Our topic for today is environments solutions, and we have created an app, a small app. No, it should be shared to someone. How we will do that, and how we save that. So we have created this one, and we will do some changes in this app, and how to save and share that particular application, and how to start the editing of that app, how to play that we will see. Yeah, so let's move. So whenever as an administrator, or if you are starting a project with Power Apps, we require a valid tenant. Okay, that valid tenant on purchasing license from Microsoft we will get. So tenant, we will always start with a tenant, a valid tenant to start a project, to start a Power Apps project, Power Platform project. We buy a license from Microsoft. Microsoft with some users, with some user or users. So at least we should have an administration account, or we call it as a service account. Some user, or remember this word service account. We will learn about this later. Service account. Minimum one service account we should do, and we will also learn how to create and buy the license with our trial version. So in our administration part, which will start day after tomorrow, we will start with administration and ALM. It is lifecycle app lifecycle management, and then start development. So whatever we have done or we made till today are just dummy apps. The real environment or the real making of apps will start from day after tomorrow. So make your presence. But this is what we call it. A tenant is nothing but a link. See here, this one. Everyone can start app building with the make.powerapp.com or make.powerautomate.com or whatever the tools which we have in Microsoft Power Platform. But when we purchase a tenant, we will get this tenant ID. We will get this tenant ID. We can also call it as the grid ID of the tenant. In the same way, we will have grid ID for each and every component which we are developing inside the Power Platform. So this is our institution ID or the organization ID we can consider. Okay. So this is the organization or institution ID, which you will get by default when you purchase the license from Microsoft, which you'll also learn in the coming classes, how to create that one in the our administration part. So when we go here and this is a home page, and in the home page, if you go here, we have something called environments. What is this environment? What is this environment? First we will get the, we will buy the tenant and we will have an environment. Environment is a place where we develop apps and share with the various users. Various users are nothing but, here users are of so many types. User may be a end user, a business user. User may be an administrator. User may be a developer. So here we have certain privileges for which, based on the requirement or based on the end market requirement, we will give the privileges to those kind of users. Based on that, the users capability increases. Those things in the security roles, we will learn them in the administration part. Today's concept is just environment. Environment is a place where we develop apps and share with the various users. So when you go here, you will have this environment. Always keep an eye on the environment where you are practicing. Okay. So suppose I want you to open this shopping app. Immediately you should ask me to give the access to this environment. This environment only you should you will find this shopping app. If I give access for another environment, like we have another environments here, unfortunately our administrator restricted me to go to another environments, but I will show you where you can find in one of other tenant of mine. Okay. So here you see. So these are the various environment. In this environment, if I go to home page, don't get confused. This is another tenant. And soon you will all have your own environments or tenants along with our KSR and tenant. But this is the home page. And here, what are the apps? If you see here, so F&O Canva app is there. Some MDA app is there. Deployment configuration is there. So these are the various apps which are under this environment. Now let me change the environment. How to change the environment? Click on this environment and now go to this ABC environment. Go to this environment and immediately what are all the apps which are in this environment will load. Unfortunately, there are no apps in the ABC environment. Let's go to another environment and check if there are any apps here at this. Yes, there are some few apps here in this FNU LNU environment. Now let's go to HR environment. Here we don't have any environment, so let's go to our default environment. In our environments, these are the various things, various apps which we have developed. So if you have access to MSFT environment, then only you can see all these apps. If you have access to ABC app, you will not see any apps because there are nothing which are in this environment. Okay, in this environment there are no apps. So always keep an eye on the environment which you are working on, because sometimes what happens, you start developing an app, you save it, and after that when you come you will not find it. At that time you need to go to the exact environment where you have developed. You need to note this environment. Now coming to the types of environments. No, in this also we have a different types of environments. Why those types of environments are there is a question mark. No, when I come to types of environments, types of environments, these environments are mainly designed in such a way that for developers, a place for developers, a place for developers, a place for testers, testing environment also we have, testing, a place for testers, and one more thing is that prod. Prod means production, final app users. So in the production environment, no one can do testing or development. They can just use the app. The final advancements in app which we are doing, those people can only use. Now this is practiced across each and every organization. So minimum environments you are in order to use the applications in Power Apps, it is decided by most of the organizations, and even recommended is three is minimum. Three is minimum environments. Three is minimum environments, and five are max. Five are max. Okay, three is minimum and five are max. So whenever you develop an environment, whenever you develop an app in the developer environment, you move that application into testing environment and then move it into production. How we do that we will see today. Okay, so these are the types of environments which we create. But there is one more thing is called type of environment in Power Apps. Type of environment, this is when it comes to organization part. Organization part, the organization will treat all your environments as testing, developer environment, testing environment, and production environment only. But there are certain specifications that you should create this type of environment only for developers, this type of environment only for testing, and this type of environment only for production. What are those types we will see. Okay, so here when you see here there is a gear icon. It is called with settings. In that settings you will find administration center. When you go to the administration center, you will see this kind of window. Okay, so in this, in your left panel, if you go, you observe something called environments. These are the environments which are available. No, I want to create a new environment. I create on this new, and I create this as shopping app prod. Shopping app prod. Okay, so I'm creating an environment for prod. Okay, so this is region. You can select anything. I'm currently selecting India, and these are groups. These are security groups which we will learn. Okay. So here, when you go, I said the types of environments in the organization point of view are developer, testing, and production. But when you go here, you see a type for environment which you are creating. So if you go here, you will see sandbox, production, and developer. These are just a trial. This is inside developer account. I have this trial, subscription based and trial. But in your real environment, in your KSR, we will see sandbox, production, and developer. So I am treating this as a production environment. What should I select from this type? In order to create a production environment, what should I take? This is a question I am giving you. What should I take? Should I make a developer environment? Should I make a production or a sandbox? Any guess? Any guess? How?
Developer.
No, 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 no. Developer is just a practice environment. This cannot be
Production.
given for production. Exactly. Production is what I will select in order to create a shopping app production environment, because our app is shopping app, and we want to release it to production because we assume that we have completed our development of the app. So here the type which you are going to select should be production for production. Okay. And you save it. Unfortunately, we cannot create it because this is a developer environment, and your developer environment allows only one production environment and one sandbox environment. So this is all about production type. And now let's move into new. And now the shopping app, since we have developed, now we want to create a banking app. Since it is not developed, we are about to develop. For that, in order to practice or do any kind of development, we need to create an environment. In that scenario, we will select a sandbox. Sandbox is nothing but a developer environment. Sandbox is nothing but a developer type of environment. Across any organization, sandbox should be used for developer, but it's up to your business or it's up to your organization. Some organizations will choose production only for developer type also, and production only for production type also. But it is recommended by Microsoft that you should do in the sandbox. But sandbox and production will have both the same capabilities. Compared to developer type, production and sandbox are higher version. So the privileges or the advantages which you find in sandbox and production types are higher when compared to developer. Okay. So I'm going with the sandbox for my developer, and you should also recommend. It is also recommended, and you should also have a sandbox environment. So the process same, and this is the thing. Okay. The same problem. We cannot create because this is a developer environment. Okay. No, one more environment type. This is just for my practice. I want to make some environment. I am making for my teammates. I am making an environment. Then the type of the environment should be, so here banking practice, banking a practice, and here I will take a developer type, and most probably it should create a developer type. See here, it is allowing me to create, and currency should be rupee, whether I'm finding it or not. INR. You should find INR. Rupee they have here. Rupee.
I have seen in I
I INR. Okay, superb. Thanks. So we got it as an INR, and we will say language is United States only English. That's it. So this will create a developer environment. This is only for practice purposes. It should not be, developer type should not be either for production or for development. Always this is for just a dummy environment for practice, developer type. And in a basic version of a tenant, 3 developer accounts are allowed, and one sandbox and one production only is allowed. You can note down, in a normal tenant we can create 3 developer environments maximum, and one sandbox and one production type. Make a note of it. Make a note of it. Okay. So that is about the environments. Any doubts still here?
But here we have created 4 developer versions.
This is a developer version. This is not a real tenant. This is a developer tenant. Okay.
Okay.
You can see
How
here
do you know it?
on Microsoft.com. On Microsoft.com, if you find any mail ID, then it will be, you will treat it as a developer environment. But when it comes to our environment, you see here KSR. So this is a valid tenant. This is a valid commercial tenant. Here I don't have privileges because privileges are not given by my admin to do that in order for the security or safety of this complete tenant. And you will also be not given to create any environments or do disturb any kind of environments. For that only I will make you create a trial tenant, and I will show you in my upcoming classes. So the tenant which I have shown you, that is a different tenant, and that is a developer tenant. Don't get confused. In developer tenant you can create any developers, but in current in commercial tenant you can create only 3 developer versions and one sandbox and one production. This is by default, but based on your plan you can increase. Based on your plan you can increase, because in one organization there will be no only one single project will run. There will be multiple projects will be going on. So for that we will acquire more licenses, and we will create more production and more sandbox type environment. And one question you should understand, one question that, okay, let me note down types of environments here. Types of environments in Power Platform. First one is, what is the first one?
Developer.
What?
Developer.
No developer. First one should be
Sandbox.
Sandbox.
exactly. Sandbox we will use for developer type. Don't mention to anyone at any cost developer account. Developer account are the dummy account, dummy environments. Sandbox, which we will use for production. We'll use sandbox for production.
Testing and
Development. Development. Okay. No comes a question. For production type, which you will use? For production type, which environment will use? Which type will use for production?
Production.
Very easy answer. For production environment, we will use a production type only. Production type only. Production type. Okay. Sandbox type for development. So this is a type here. Sorry. Type. Okay. So the environment name can be anything. Okay, the environment name can be KSR, the environment can be Rajesh, the environment name can be anything. But the type should be these two. Okay. Now a big question comes to me: what I should give for testing? Because Microsoft didn't mention anything for testing, no. But we have 3 environments. What should be testing?
Developer.
Developer,
Testing.
as again I have said,
Test.
developer is just for
Testing.
practice purpose. No, I don't see any testing. No, testing type is not there. No, only I have shown you. The name can be testing. Okay, the name of the environment can be testing. I agree. Testing environment. Huh? So based on the requirements of testing, some testings will be only UI testing, and some testing testers will also be given rights to test our code, whether we have coded it in a proper manner or not, whether we are following all the guidelines or not. In this scenario, the type will be sandbox type. If it is a complete intensive testing, it will be sandbox type. No, if they are ordered to test only the functionality, whether it is functioning fine or not, in the scenario that the type of testing environment can be production type. Okay, based on the business requirement, your testing environment can be sandbox type or production type. Okay, so this is what you need to remember. So in a nutshell, if you are considering your complete tenant, if you are considering your complete tenant as a apartment, so your tenant, I am comparing it to a apartment. So your tenant is like an apartment. So Microsoft is having an enormous land, and it has built some apartment for us because we want to purchase, and that thing they are calling it as a tenant. Tenant is nothing but you can relate it to apartment. Okay, full apartment, not some part. And once you get this complete apartment, it's a commercial apartment, and based on your requirement, what you will do is you will create environments. Based on your requirement, you will create environments. So it may be any kind of environment based on your business requirement. Environment. Okay, maximum how many it is recommended? Maximum. Minimum is 3. Maximum how many is recommended environments? Ah,
5.
maximum 5. Yes, maximum 5. Okay, so this is how it goes. So this is an tenant, and your environment, I'm considering it as a floor. So your environment is nothing but you can relate it to floor. Environment, you can relate it to floors. Okay, so some part is done. Any doubts still here? Any doubts still here? Okay, I take your silence as no doubts, and let's proceed with one more thing here. It is solution. Solution. Okay. Basically, how we have started an app, how I have said you to start an app. Can anyone remember the step? We have developed an app. Team, we have developed an app. How we started this app? Did anyone remember?
Started means creating app
Create.
or
Create.
Creating an app. From where we have created. So this is your home
In
page.
administrating,
No.
in the
Where we
home
didn't.
page,
Yes, yes. In the
apps,
home page. In the home
apps,
page, apps.
create app,
Where is it?
new app on top.
New app.
We
Okay.
can
No,
This
we have
this
we
created
can
it in
go
this
for
way.
create
Okay.
blank app.
Blank app.
app.
Yes.
Select one.
Yeah. In from this we have selected, but this is not at all recommendable. When you are also starting the app, don't create apps in this way. Okay. I will say you why. You will come to understand why I am not recommending this method. Even though we have this method of creating app, never create an app from this method. Always go to a solution, some tab called a solution, and this solution you will find something called a new solution. Create an app, something called test app. test app solution, Ugadi, something like that. Okay. And when you create a solution, it will ask for the publisher, and you need drop down. Most of the people will select this CDS, but this is also a wrong method. Okay. When you are creating a solution, go create a new publisher also. Now, why this publisher and what is this publisher also, you will come to understand. So go here, and in the properties of this particular application, you are I am making this new publisher as test app Ugadi. Okay, name. So the name is also same. Okay, and the prefix is test app Ugadi. So I'm given this prefix. Whenever I created this prefix, and prefix should be always mean small letters. You can give it capitals, but I always recommend this one. Give it as a small letter, because it will differentiate your tables, your apps, it will, and flows which you are creating for yourself or for this project, from various applications and various apps and various tables which are created in this environment altogether. So if you observe this this floor, if you observe this floor, in this floor, suppose we have some three flats, suppose we have in this particular floor. Okay, in order to differentiate them, how they are like giving, they are giving flat numbers. So you have gone to a flat number called 105. 105 is your flat number. So when you go outside in the entire environment, how they will like to address you? Yes, this is Kalyan, and he is from flat number 105. This is Kalyan's spouse, and she is from flat number 105. These are Kalyan's children, and they are from flat number 105. In order to differentiate from you from all the different flats and different environments, and to give a proper identity for you, for all the people who are in that flat, we will give you a flat number. In the same way, you should treat this you can relate this particular CDS publisher. Wherever you are in this environment, if I want to pick you, I will identify you with this particular prefix. It is none other than the publisher. No, publisher will play a very important role when you want to use the objects of this particular tenant. Objects are nothing but, it may be your app, it may be your flow, it may be your column, it may be your row, it may be any kind of data which is created in this particular environment. No, you have created, and you go here and you will just type for what was that publisher which we have created. Test app Ugadi is the publisher which we have created, and select it, create. So this is the procedure to start. Any kind of environment, any kind of solution. See here. So test app solution got, and we have got also our publisher also we have created. Okay. Okay. No, we are inside the solution. If you are observing or not, we are inside the solution, and inside the solution we have all. So to start this application or to start app, you should go to the apps, and under app you have something called new tab. Create on this new tab drop down, and you will find Canvas app, model driven app, page. Model driven app I have given, page we will come to learn how to use this page. So Canvas app only as a page we will use inside model driven app, that is called page in a short term. What is a page? What is a page? Page is nothing but a Canvas app which we will reuse A screen of a canvas app which we will reuse across canvas apps or else across environments or else inside a model driven app. This is what about app. Now our aim is to create a canvas app, so I will create a canvas app and the app name is test app Ugadi. Test app Ugadi, and I have already said there are two formats, tablet and phone. For now I am picking tablet only. Yes. So this is how it looks. No, I am taking a label, trying to create a header for this. Height, I would like to make it as 100. And width, carefully observe width. I am going here and making the width as parent dot width. One more formula, parent dot width. No, I want this width of this label to be from the length and breadth of the entire page which I am having. For that reason, I have used this formula called parent dot width. Don't confuse. Parent means it occupies the entire size of the previous one. Previously, what we have the object. So this is our control called. This is our control. What is this control? What is the control? What is the name of this control? Label, yeah. We have taken a label. We have taken a label and we customized it in this manner. Okay, so this is our main label. I am taking it as a header label. Header. So header, and I have customized it. It is on this main page. So what will be the parent for this label? Simple question. Who is over? Who is over the, I mean, like, where we placed the label? Where we placed the label? On the screen, correct. This is the screen. You see here, you see the hierarchy. This is the screen, and inside the screen, we have kept the label. Okay, and we have kept one more label called label 2. No, for this label, I have given parent dot width. No, if I give 300, the label size will become this much. The label width, okay, not size, width. Size is nothing, a combination of width and length, and for width I have taken 300. Now if I take 500, the size is further increased. Now if I take 750, the height is further increased. Now if I take 1000, sequentially the width will increase. No, I am saying take parent dot width. What difference you found? What difference you found?
It is as per the screen size.
Exactly. Why it acquired the screen size? Because for the label, screen is the parent. You can see here. If I close this one screen, you find nothing. If I open the screen, what are inside the screen? What are inside the screen becomes the child of this particular screen. And I have said that, Nana, you follow just your parent's width. Your header, since you belong to the screen, you take the size of your parent. Okay, that is what we are saying. Now this is the formula. That's it. These kind of formulas only we will go on and learn in our complete training. Okay, so this is one among the FX formulas. Now the label also, if I want to increase the size, what I will do, I will drop down here and search for width. Width, select it, and parent dot width. What happened? So it is also acquired the parent dot width, but since it is a bit not starting from this short screen, it is overlapping. Okay, so no see, it will not overlap, because if I want to move it also, it will not be. Already I have pre-configured a width to parent. It should not shake or it should not move. If I want to move it, I will keep the parent size. It is 1366. The maximum width of the screen. Maximum width of the screen is 1366. Keep and view. 1366. We will use this more often when we are designing applications or when we are designing something. But keep and view, 1366 is the maximum width. No, this is over. I'm deleting this. Hope you are understood. We got 1366 as a maximum width. No, we want to know a maximum height. In order to learn the maximum height practically, I will select height and parent dot. Here it is maximum height is the 100. 768. So the tablet screen size in Power App is
768 height and 1388
exactly
width.
1366 by 720 or 768 or
768.
exactly. So in this way we will learn. In this way we'll come to know. But for now I don't want this complete height. I'm just using as a Ugadi app. Okay, Ugadi app. Do the customizations, give it a bold, increase the size, because it should look like a nameplate. It should look like a nameplate of something. It should look like a nameplate. So nameplate means size also you increase. That's it. All the nameplates of the shops or all the nameplates of the showroom will be a bit higher. That is the main thing of the header. Header is nothing but the board of an app, board of a shop. I'm taking it as an yellow, but yellow is hiding behind. It is like uh, I mean, like it is embedding in the white. So what I will do is I will make the background fill color of this particular label to another color. Let me try. Hmm. So now Ugadi is also visible, and since on changing the background color of my label, I can see Ugadi app name clearly. So in this way, you need to identify the color combinations. So, okay, that also I'll give whatever knowledge I have regarding this color combinations or color this whatever we have the knowledge I will deliver to you. Usually, you don't need to worry. Your designers will give you a Figma file. In that Figma file only, they will mention what color codes you need to use. Okay. Yeah. So this is how we have this is the basic app which I want to make, and no, I am trying to play. If I click on the play button, I can see, but I see something, it is down. No, you have made the adjustment. Never rely on your design. Always go into the play mode and check the app. Then only you will find the loopholes. No, that is what I have. Just I'm saving it. So in order to save my app, I will click on the save button. The biggest question is, even though this is in the just a save mode, even though I give access to this KSR environment, just give me a wild test. No, I give the access to this KSR services environment. Can you come and see this particular app? Can you come and see this particular app? Give me a wild guess. Can you come and open the apps? Understand the
No,
question? Why?
because I haven't given the access.
No. Understand the question, please. I gave you the access to this environment. No, you are part of this KSR environment. Can you see my app?
I think
Maybe
yes,
no,
if you are
because it
part
No,
is
of
sir.
not
KSR environment,
not
yes.
live.
Not
No.
live. Who said? Yeah. I will take that not live into consideration. Any other answers? Any other answers?
I think you're not published yet.
Exactly. No, this is the exact answer because I haven't published this app. So even though you have access to this environment, this is not live. This app is not live. It is in the development mode only. So in order to publish or make it live, there is some button called publish, or you can use the shortcut called Control Shift P. So test app you just added in the description, just added the header. Just added the header, and I click on this publish this version, and that's it. No, whoever gets the access to this environment, you can happily come and access the app and look into the app. No, one more question. One more question. You are part of this environment, and no, can you come and open this app and edit the app? This is the next question. No, can you come to, so I'll give you something. I'll ask you to create a some forms or some other related things to this app. I will give you an assignment, and I ask you to make edited or changes into this app. Can you do this? Can you do the edits? Can you do the changes? My next
Until
question. Give me a
unless
vibe.
I until
Yes.
unless I get access of editing, so I cannot change.
Good. Good question. Good answer. Any other answers? Any other give access
Can you repeat
to
your
this app?
question?
So you have given the environment access, and I will ask you to do some editing or changes in the Sugati app. Can you do that if you are given access to the environment? This is the question.
No, right?
Based on environment, we will
Until
change it.
unless the app is published and it is live accessible, we cannot do it.
Okay, I have published and you can access the app. I agree. I recently published.
Mhm.
You can access the app. No, my question is, can you edit the app and do the changes? If I give some changes, or I will ask you to create something in
Yes,
this
yes, we
app.
can.
You
We
can
can.
do. Okay, good. Any other answers?
I think
If
it
it is
depends
on the
upon the privileges given by the admin.
Exactly. Okay, so that is from the administrator, and privileges more we will learn from the admin center in the next day. I mean, not tomorrow. From day after tomorrow, we will start our administration part. There, I will give more insights about the privileges, user roles and responsibilities, and various security roles. But from Power App also, we can give the privilege of sharing. That sharing, if you click on this particular button, it will take you to a new window, and you will get something. No, you can see, I am the owner of this app. I want to give it to our admin Mahesh. Since you are all, if you have registered, your name will come. Once you register, no, if I search for Rajni, okay, various users are there. We have Arun, we have Shiva. Once you register, no, your name will also pop up. Okay, but right now I am searching for our administrator Mahesh, and here is a Mahesh. Okay, so I will select this Mahesh. Here you see user. Now what he can do? Can he edit? If I keep this as user, can he come and edit? Yes or no? Can he edit?
Yes.
No. He can only use the app.
Only use the app, because if you download an app from Play Store, any app, it may be Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, PUBG, whatever it may be, can you edit the app? Only you can use. There is something called in Amazon, so So refrigerator is there. For refrigerator, this is the image. No, I give you a task that in this Amazon app, go and change the pic, because a new model arrived and Samsung. This is not the new model. For the same model number, they have got a new design, and we want to add a new color for this particular page. Can you do that in the Amazon app? Can you do that?
No, we cannot do.
You cannot. Why? Because you are just the user of Amazon.in. You are not the editor or the co-owner or the administrator of this app, or even the developer of this app. You are just a user. So that is what user mentioned. No, if I want to make him as a developer, I will select this option called co-owner. Can use edit share app but not delete or change owner. At the end, since I created the app, I will have the ownership. He cannot delete, he cannot change the owner. He cannot take the ownership of app. He can just come and do the developments or the advancements which I recommend, because this is my app. Okay, and you check this, send an email invitation to new users. That's it. So if you want to uncheck, you can check, uncheck, and if you check, it will send as a mail. So that is the thing. No, I will share. That's it. Updating permission. So this is how you give the privilege or ownership from the app. No, Mahesh can happily come and do the editing to this app only. Or whereas for my shopping app, can you do? No, one more simple question. There are, so this is all about the app, and this is your link. So when you come and if you want to access this app, this is a link I have. You can clearly see tenant ID. Copy this app, and I am keeping it here. So once you, that's it. So if you see the versions here, when you go to the app, you have these versions. So the version 1 is live. Version 2, why it is coming version 2? Because I am on the page. I am still doing some updates. It is expecting some more updates. I add one more label. Okay, I have two labels. Name, roll number. Okay, or student ID, employee ID, or student ID. So these are the two labels I have added, and here text input I am giving. Okay, employee ID, and I'll copy these two and Control C, Control V. Employee ID, your profession. Okay, your profession and your uh, company if you are working. Okay, so these are two more fields which I have added. No, there is an update in the app. The previous version of the app is only having the header, but no, it is having a small form. And if you play this, you can see here. So name, I will enter it as Shiva. Employee ID, I will make it as, and profession, software engineer. Company, ABC company. This is how, now what user can do. What user will have only this portion of privileges, but Mahesh will have access to the editor, access to the designer studio. You all will have only this play mode, until play mode only you will have the access. Now this is the difference between uh, a user and a co-owner. Okay, any questions here? Now let me show you practically. If I publish this, what will happen? I publish, just added header. No, added a added a registration form. Added a registration form. added a registration form. Publish this version. Publish this version, and inside your app, just come here and refresh. Do an hard refresh. What you see? What you see? You have a new version that is which is live. That is version 3. Okay, version 3. And there is one more called restore. Restore. So you develop or you add some features. No, Mahesh will come and say that Rajesh, we don't want a registration form. We will add some home page. Let's design some other page. Okay. So what he will ask me? So before having that thing, before doing or deleting something, always keep in view. Okay. No, I lost this. I lost this. What I will do? It is already saved. I cannot retrieve. Sometimes you can undo, sometimes you cannot undo. What I will do is I will come here and I will try to restore this app version. Restore failed is locked by user. Okay, due to some privileges I cannot restore this version, but no, we have lost something. Save app with description. How to retrieve? So this kind of mishap will happen. If you are given any app access in a company or else anything, if they want to edit a screen, always don't do and as a like a what we call like a small child go and do all the changes or something here. Always make a copy of the app, copy of the screen. In this copy you do the changes, in this copy you do the changes. How? No, here I'll keep some media file, media image, and I'll download something. So happy Ugadi. I'll download, save image as Ugadi. And once again, when you are saving means always see the format should be JPEG or PNG or SVG. When you are saving something, no, you will get something called web page. If you are downloading some images, web page. Let me show you whether I'll get save image as. Instead of JPEG or PNG or SVG, you will get a web page. And by mistake, you will save that as a save the image as a web page. Web page is not allowed inside our media files. Inside our media files, what is accepted is JPG, PNG, and SVG only are accepted. No, I want to keep that particular image here. Okay, image here. What I need to do? Anyone? Anyone can answer? What I need to do? I want that image to appear in my app. What I need to do? Anyone? Please.
No, first of all, we need, I think, upload the file. Then we need to assign the file to here, image control.
Where we need to upload? Good answer. I accept the answer. I love the answer because I never showed upload, but yet we can do the upload. But I want to know exactly where I need to upload.
On the left hand side, media is there, right?
Exactly. Okay. In this add media, upload image, and you do. Or else you have one more method. You go to here, upload a file from here as well. Okay, it is looking somewhat fishy. I want to make it fill. That's it. That's it. Happy Ugadi. No, wishing all our students a happy, wealthy, and prosperous New Year. Okay, New Year. So 21, and I'll follow the format. Here also, color coding is very important. I will follow the format. For any app, your color codes should be same. Your color codes should be same. It should not be like in the upper portion you have given some colors and in the down portion you have colors. That is not a correct one. Okay. Why we'll say we call that as branding. We call that as branding. Okay, branding is done based on your client's requirement or your client's condition. Someone please unmute. We are getting some distance since we are recording. So, you see, your upper portion is looking fine and your lower portion is also looking fine. This is, we call them as uh, we call them as branding. Okay, super. No, this is looking somewhat this is what a user, I mean like any account which is in the tenant, if I give the access as a co-owner, he can come and happily do the changes whatever he want. Now the problem is that I missed my screen which is having which screen I missed? Which screen I missed? I missed a screen which is having a form, So that can be restored. That can be restored from our version 1. I tried to restore it, but since I don't have privileges, I am unable to do. Okay?
Raj, one question. If you do
Yes.
the restore, right? So the version which we are restoring, entire will be replaced, or we have created that Happy Ugadi one, right? That will be there, and other screens will be replaced.
This will come as live. Okay? Where we have form. Okay? My version 1 or version 2 maybe. Version 2 is having a published version which is having a form. This will come as a live. This will come into live. Okay. Once again, if you want to restore the, I mean, like if you want to use the version which is having this one, no, which is having this one, then again you should restore version 3. Got the under? So since version 3 is live, we cannot restore it. But already it is in live. What is the need of restoring this version?
Okay.
Okay, clear?
Yeah,
Yes.
and one more question.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
So
It's okay.
is it possible for more than one person can work on the same app at the same time?
So more than one person can open the app. Okay, open the app. But only one person can have the editing privileges at the time. Even though you are also co-owner and I am the owner and you are the co-owner. But when we both open the app at the same time, only one person who is actually opened firstly. You are the owner, but you are using the app, and suddenly I got some idea and I got some requirement, I want to add something in the app, and I open the app. I want to use the app. Then I should request you to close the app from the editing mode, and then only I can edit the app. Okay. In the future, we will learn how to overcome this situation. There are some techniques which we can overcome this issue. Okay.
Okay.
Good question. Two people can open the edit mode, but only one person can do the editing. Why? Because why this is a restriction. If we work on the same thing, you are working on the image. See, if you are working on this label and if I am working on this particular image, then there will be no contradiction or no clash. But if we both are, you are increasing the size of the image and I am also increasing the size of the image, the power app will get confused and your complete app will get crashed. The complete app will get crashed. All your work will go in vain. Keeping these scenarios, previously we used to have this one. But keeping all these things in view, what Microsoft has by default restricted dual editing mode. No two person can open editing window, but no two-person can edit the app at the same time. The reason is the crash of the app. Okay. Any questions? Any questions?
Coming to the privileges, so do we have only these two privileges, user and coworker, or do we have
No,
any
no, no, no,
other
no. We
privilege?
have a lot of 100 plus privileges we have, which we can do it from the Power Platform Administration Center, which we will learn in our upcoming classes, which we are going to start it from day after tomorrow. So we will start with administration and then go to development. Clear?
Yes, Raj.
Yep. We have 100 plus, and not only existing privileges, you can create a custom security role. We call privileges as a security roles here. So the other name for privileges in Power Platform is security roles. Okay. So in that security roles concept, I will teach you other privileges as well. There are like administrator, customizer, user, co-user, okay, business owner, etc., etc. We will learn. Good question. Any other questions? So no, we have this, as I said, no. This is one another tenant, and the other tenant which I have here is another tenant. So these two are another tenants. Make power app that one. That is another tenant. This is another tenant. No, I want to get that app into this environment. How I can do? Let's see. You got the requirement. This is a different tenant. This is different company's tenant, and that is different company tenant. Our app is there. I want to get my app here. How can I do it? We will be focusing on that. So what I will do is I will close this app. I will close this app. I'll close all these windows. I'll go to my home page. Make the power app. And where is our app? Now if you see, this is app, test app Ugadi. But where we have created the app, actually where we created the app, inside our solution called, okay, so this is our solution. Clear? You see the app, test app Ugadi, I agree. But as I said, going to the solution and doing the changes is the best method. Going to the solution and doing the development or changes is the best method. Always start your development by creating a solution. No, our app is in the solution, and this is another tenant, and I want to keep this app in my MSFT tenant. How can I do that? This is what we are going to learn. Observe carefully. I go here, I hover here, not click, don't click, just hover. Hover means just move your mouse pointer to here, to solution which you want to get, which you aim to move it to other tenant or another solution. I click on this. No, I click on this one. Not, don't click on the name. It will take you to the app. Click on this, and here you have something called export solution. Export solution. I'm repeating it. So, in order to export a solution, you hover your mouse to the respective solution. Go to this uh, circle. Just click on it. Select this button. And click on this export solution. Here it is asking me to publish because it is not in published state. So I will click on publish. Oh my god. So I don't have privileges. We'll check it later. But just I want to download it as a solution. I am exporting the solution. Can you observe what you are seeing? Just read it out. Read it out. This is a solution. Very good. But when I am downloading or exporting this solution, it is asking me to select managed and unmanaged. Managed and unmanaged. What is this managed and unmanaged? This is also one of the important concept and most expected interview question, which I will tell you in the upcoming classes. In tomorrow, I will say you what is the difference between managed and unmanaged solution. So before that, I come here. I am selecting unmanaged. Don't ask me why I am selecting unmanaged. Why you can't manage it? Because managed is recommended. You will get a clarity tomorrow. For now, my requirement is to get the export. Solution checker is not is just something that it will check any errors. By default, if you have done any errors, it will check. So I'm enabling it and I'm downloading it as an unmanaged solution. Remember this, ask me the same question tomorrow. If you don't ask me what is the difference between unmanaged and managed, no, I will skip the question. I'll just skip the topic. And you will lose the interview. Remember, to get the difference between managed solution and unmanaged solution, it's on you. Tomorrow, if you want, I will check whether you are active or not. Tomorrow, if you don't ask me the differences between them, I am not going to say. Okay. So currently, we are in a task of exporting our solution. Yes. Fine. You see, the solution is being exported. The solution is being exported. Let's wait for some time because wrapping up the tips and it got downloaded. Since we have only small controls, only few controls, it took less time. But if we are having more and more controls, it will take more time. Remember that based on the size of the solution, the export time will also be taking time. No, it got exported, wrapped into solution. Just click on the download. You will download, you will get a folder, zip folder in this format. This zip folder you cannot open individually. You cannot open individually from any app. This thing is in Power App format. This thing is in Power App format. Okay, Power App format. There will be XML file. There will be Power App files, Canvas app. You see here, MS app file. Okay, MS app file. JSON, XML. What are these? We will come to understand in the upcoming classes. And downloads. Okay. So here we have this one. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So we have downloaded a solution. Now what I am going to do is I will go to the respective FNU or else MSFT tenant. This is the environment where I have exported that particular solution, that app in the form of a solution, and now I want to import it. What I will do is I will go once again. I will select my here. You are not going to something like create solution, new solution, new solution. Okay, in some environment. So ABC environment I have gone and I want to import my solution here. I want to import my solution here. Okay. So what I will do is import solution, browse. Where it is? It is in C and downloads. Test app solutions Ugadi. Test app solution Ugadi open. That's it. You have imported your browser and imported, and click on the next. Import. That's it. So currently you see that you are importing a solution. And why we are doing this? Why we are doing this? So there are two reasons. Sometimes what happens, client will immediately not by the tenant. So the business the business will ask your company only to develop. The business will ask your company only to develop the particular app in your solution, and slowly they will buy the tenant, and at that time you will export the solution and give it to your client. This is one reason. One more main reason is that to do the deployment. What is deployment? We will learn, but in a simple way, understanding is deployment is after developing an app in a developer environment to do the testing, we will move that solution to testing environment, and finally testing is done to make it live for the users. We will move it to production. This entire process is called deployment. To do that, for small solution, we will use this export and import method. It's a traditional method, highly not recommendable. Highly not recommendable for moderate and high solutions. We will use Power Platform pipelines or Azure pipelines. So Power Platform pipelines I will cover in the administration part. Okay, I will cover in the administration part. Now you see test app solution is happily imported, and if you click on this solution, it will open all the same things which you have found are developed in another tenant and another solution. And if you keep play, it's taking me to edit. You can happily, even though you are not the owner, you are not the co-owner, since I shared with you, you can use it at any environment. And this is the reason why we will develop particular app or particular power app in solution, not as an app or not as an flow. Since we have developed in the solution, we could get that what we call zip file. If we develop an app, in the app also you will get a file, but that is not a zip file. It is an MS app file. MS app files, it's highly difficult to import or export or transport. Only solutions can be transported. Okay, you see here. Oh, this is version 1 is in live. Got it? Version 1 is in live. That is the reason we got version 1. Okay. So once again, if you want version 2, you will version 3. You will make that version 3 as live and you will import. Okay. Got it? You understood? Any questions on export and import?
Could you please explain me this point version wise?
Version wise. So when I go to share or see history, we have version 1. This is one version and this is one version which are in live. Okay. These are apps or solution. Yeah, solution. We are in the solution, and okay. So you see here versions. Which version is in live? This version. Okay. In the first
Yeah.
version,
What do you mean by live? Sorry.
huh?
What do you mean by live here? So the state of
The published
current,
version, the published version.
the
You
latest
see,
published version.
exactly. So here I made some changes here and I published this version. I click on the publish. This one will become live. Okay. This one will become live. Okay. So till now we have published 3 versions and 4th version we are editing. The version which we publish from our app will become live. So that is the both are same only, published version or live version. But the difference is that in published we have many versions, 4 versions, which is live. By restoring this previous application, it will become live. So I don't have privileges for making it as retrieving the old versions. That's why I cannot retrieve my version 1. Got the point? So what's your question on these versions?
No, you told me right. We need to import the solution and there we can edit. My question is, if we want to export and import it depends on one page or the entire app.
Entire app will come. Entire app will come.
Okay.
Entire app will come. Whatever the things, complete development, complete app development, not only just a one page, but whatever things which we develop in this app, that complete thing we can import. That is the reason we are using solution. Any other
If
question?
we go through the blank canvas, there we cannot get import and export options,
You cannot
right?
import or export a complete solution. You can import or export an app that will be in MS app version where editing of the app is not possible.
Okay.
Yeah. See, in our application, simply saying, in our application, we have only one app. But in future, we will create application in which we will have app, flow, chatbots, tables, SharePoint app, SharePoint list, etc., etc. How we will export? If you want, you need to do them individually. Instead of that, you develop everything from one single solution and you do an export of that particular solution only. This is the best way, no? Correct. You agree or not?
Yes, yes.
Exactly. It's simply, so you want to carry a laptop, you want to carry a pen, a book, and you are going for a seminar. You want to carry a water bottle, you want to carry a lunch box, you want to carry a laptop, you want to carry a book and a pen, and you want to go from a place A to place B. In order to move alongside you, if you want all this, all the articles along with you, what you will do? Alongside you, you will wrap all these things in a bag and you will carry them. If you won't have a bag, how you will do? You need to carry them individually. It means that from place A to A, from place A to B, you will carry your books and pens at one time. You will carry laptop at one time, and you will carry your water bottle at one time. So this is like doing multiple same thing in a multiple thing, multiple times.
Is there any limit for versions or
No
Power
limit,
App
no
supports
limit,
number of
no limit,
versions?
no limit. Unlimited versions.
Okay.
For some apps, we will have 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, everything. But you need to
Mhm.
know the number. In developer environments, there can be unlimited. But once it goes to production, you need to carefully explain your business, because business will not understand the version or the changes you have made. They ultimately want a final product. They will want only product. So when you are going to the production version, be careful with versions. Always have a less limit of versions in production. So this month you have enhanced your app. So 10 features you are saying the Ugadi app, you have made some 10 changes. in production app for 10 changes, there may be 5 or 6 versions, but all these changes you will accommodate in one version. So it is the, we have fun here also. If you see, for example, we have made the app in parts. In version 1 we have made something, in version 2 we have added something, and in version 3 we have added an image and something, and we have done it. So you cannot give this version 1 to the production. You cannot give version 2 to the production. You will export only this version 3 final version once you are satisfied that all enhancements are done. This only you will do, because the deployment activity happens once in a month, or once in a quarter, or once in a half year only, based on the organization and its needs. The deployment or whatever the exportation importations which we have done, no, that is not accepted every time in your organization. Okay, it will have some compliances, because at the end there will be 10,000 users or 20,000 users who will be relying on the activities of the app. Every day you keep on updating, every day you keep on changing, no, the users will get irritated, they will not use the app. For example, Amazon want to add a patch, or Android wants to add a patch, it will give the update once in 3 months or 4 months in the name of security, but every day it is asking you to update. So take a simple app called WhatsApp. Once in a 3 months or once in a 6 months or once in a year, it will keep on adding new features and ask you to update. But if it asks you to do update the app daily, 1 hour once, 1 day once, 10 times in a 10 times in a month, you will get irritated. The same will happen here. Okay, so that's the reason, keep in view when the things are going to production, make sure that it is an happy path, you are giving a happy path for your users. What kind of experience you want from using the apps which are in your mobile, the same kind of experience you try to give to your business users. So this is what I expect. And as an owner, always take the ownership.